Here's another case showing regrowth, especially in the temple area, which is one of the hardest zones to recover. You can clearly see those baby hairs filling in the hairline, a great sign of active hair regrowth. Should you combine microneedling with minoxidil for faster hair regrowth? How long does it actually take to see results with minoxidil alone? And what happens if you combine it with microneedling? Let's say you have just started using minoxidil for hair regrowth, or you are planning to. You're probably wondering, how long until I see results? It's totally normal to want to get your hair back as soon as possible. In this video, I've gathered real before and after pictures of Reddit users to find out what kind of timeline you can realistically expect. And most importantly, I've also looked at people that combined minoxidil with microneedling using tools like a Derma or a Derma Roller to see whether that combination leads to faster and better hair regrowth results. To make things fair, I focused only on people that have used these two treatments, either minoxidil alone or minoxidil with microneedling, to see whether that combination leads to faster and better hair regrowth without any other medications or supplements. That way we can be confident that their results come from one of these treatments alone. Let's start with people who used only minoxidil for hair regrowth. The first user is a 22-year-old man who showed incredible progress in just 4 months. This is definitely possible, but he is what we would call a good responder. When using minoxidil, there's always a little bit of luck involved because not everyone reacts so quickly. When asked if he experimented minoxidil-induced shedding, he said, yes, for about 2 to 3 weeks. It took almost 2 months before I noticed any results. That's completely normal. Many people panic when shedding starts, but it's actually part of the process. When I started minoxidil, I also experienced shedding myself. Shedding is a sign that new and stronger hairs are about to replace the weaker ones. The next user didn't share his age, but I guess he's in the mid-30s. In just 3 months, he saw a huge transformation. And again, this was only minoxidil. Results like this are possible, but they vary a lot from person to person. For example, this other user had noticeable temple recession in both sides. After 6 months of applying 1 milliliter of minoxidil daily, his results were good, but not as dramatic as the previous examples. His density improved, but more gradually. That's why I often wonder what would happen if he would have combined minoxidil with a microneedling device. Would his results have been faster or thicker? As a final minoxidil-only example, we have another user showing his 4-month progress. His hairline looks clearly denser, though his starting point wasn't as severe as the others. Still, a solid improvement. So, how much better are results when you combine minoxidil with a microneedling device? Do you see results faster or just more hair overall? Let's find out. Before that, one quick note about how you should apply minoxidil, because I get this question all the time. What's the best way to apply minoxidil for maximum results? If you have ever used minoxidil with a regular dropper, you already know the struggle. It's messy, uneven, and slow. Some spots get drenched, while others barely get touched. And half the product ends up running down your forehead instead of staying where it should. It wastes time, product, and money. That's exactly where today's sponsor, Rootique, comes in. I was invited to beta test the upgraded Rootique DUO Micro-Misting Applicator, and honestly, it's been a game changer in my routine so far. It feels premium, super easy to use, and fixes every frustration I've had with droppers. The DUO is actually the world's first micro-misting hair tonic applicator, designed specifically to make applying products like minoxidil cleaner, faster, and more effective. Instead of those uneven drops, it sprays a fine micro mist that coats your scalp evenly in about 15 seconds, so you don't get those thick patches that drip down or leave some areas untouched. But most importantly, it also provides about 3.5 times better absorption than the dropper, meaning more of your minoxidil actually reaches the follicles that matter, not your skin or your hairline. It's one-handed, quick and completely mess-free. You just fill it, mist it, and you're done. And while you apply, it even uses built-in red light therapy at 650 nanometers to help stimulate blood flow and support scalp health, basically turning your daily minoxidil routine into a proper scalp treatment session. It's compatible with most hair serums and tonics on the market, and Rootique is constantly working on expanding its versatility even further. For me, the biggest difference is consistency. When something is simple and actually enjoyable to use, you will actually stick with it longer, and that's what leads to real results over a long time. So if you want scalp care that's cleaner, faster, and more effective, the Rootique Duo is absolutely worth it to check it out. You can find it through a link in the description, and right now my viewers get an exclusive 10% discount with my promo code. So it's the perfect time to try it out. Now back to the results. So let's see what happens when you combine Minoxidil and Microneedling together. Our first example is a 20-year-old user with noticeable temple hair loss. He started using topical Minoxidil along with Microneedling, and just 3 months later his hair was fully restored. Incredible results. One reason for his success could be that he started treatment early. After all, he was just 20 years old. But combining Microneedling likely played a big role too. Without it, his results probably wouldn't have been this fast or complete. Next, another user who used Minoxidil plus a Derma Roller with 1mm needles. His results appeared even sooner, at just 2.5 months, and his starting hair loss was actually worse. His progress is even more impressive. But it gets better. This next user applied Minoxidil twice daily and also microneedled. After only 1.5 months, he reported a dramatic change. That's unusually fast. But if he kept up the routine, his hair density likely continued improving. Finally, here's another case showing regrowth, especially in the temple area, which is one of the hardest zones to recover. This user began with mild recession and reported visible new hair growth after 3 months. You can clearly see those baby hairs filling in the hairline, a great sign of active hair regrowth. So, is combining Minoxidil and Microneedling faster and better for hair regrowth? Based on all of these examples, it really seems so. Minoxidil alone can absolutely regrow hair, but when you combine it with Microneedling, results are typically denser, thicker, and appear much sooner. To put it simply, users that only used Minoxidil saw results in about 3 to 6 months. Users who combined Minoxidil with Microneedling saw the same results in 1.5 to 3 months. That means you could potentially see hair regrowth results in half the time. Even I was surprised to see how consistent that pattern was. If you want to see what microneedling device works best for hair regrowth, go watch my next video here, the best Derma Roller on the internet. And don't forget to check out Rootique in the description for a cleaner and easier Minoxidil application. Until next time, I wish you a happy hair journey. Bye.